Hannah, welcome back to The Squeeze.
I'm so excited to be here.
Hannah was our first guest, literally our third episode. I had this, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I literally was just told this morning that you're going to Paradise.
Yeah, I am going to be a part of Bachelor in Paradise.
Tell me everything about this.
I'm honestly just as shocked as you are.
Wait, are you and Adam living apart?
So we bought a house. We decided hey, we only have a few more months before we get married. Financially, it was something that we had to think about. Just what other people were going to think was really hard. This is why I'm such a proponent of couples therapy. Somebody that is both of your cheerleader and your cheerleader to be together.
Genuinely love me and want the best for me.
And they're going to call you out when you're acting crazy.
Now you're literally writing fiction books. Where did this idea come from?
I got to experience my romantic life for millions of people to see. I thought it would be really cool to be able to give them other love stories to root for. And so this book answers all those questions that readers were like, where the heck did she go? Or what's wrong with her?
I'm scared for it to end. Hannah, welcome back to The Squeeze.
I'm so excited to be here.
This is so fun. I was just watching. So there's a lot of new lemon drops. That's what we've named our listeners.
Oh, I love
since
that.
You've last been here. But Hannah was our first guest, literally our third episode. She came in and Taylor and I had no clue what we were doing. But we did it. And it was fun. I actually watched it back and it was sweet. I feel like we were just hanging out.
I'm honored that I was the first guest because I feel like y'all have just really had just beautiful conversations since then too, and it's been really cool to see y'all grow and to know that I was a small part of it at the very beginning was really cool.
No, I feel like you gave us a really good analogy of the scary closet too, which is a big thing that I feel like we've carried throughout this podcast too.
Oh, I love that.
It's fun. We did this before and we did it again. I got a new jar. So this little jar is a game called Citrus Got Real. If you want to pull a little piece of paper out of there.
I don't think it was called. Was it always called?
I don't know actually.
That's a good name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
We love a good little lemon pun.
What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid?
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. I have one and it's actually kind of embarrassing.
Oh, I have.
Or insane. But channel your inner child. I had this, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I had this crazy fear that, the automatic toilets, in public when you stand up. I used to think that there was little elves in there or little creatures that would flush the toilet. And I thought that they would see me naked. So I'd always pull up my pants really quick. That's literally my mind until I was probably 12. I was someone's watching me.
I love that. That makes sense.
It's crazy.
It's how does it happen? And it always goes off at random times.
Yeah. I had a very big imagination as a child, so I feel like that's on brand for me, but saying it out loud, it's literally insane. I literally thought someone could see me naked, so I'd jump up quick.
I mean, did you not think that all your dolls were doing stuff when you left the room? Because I definitely did.
Yeah, I definitely had that thought.
But that's also because we grew up with Toy Story, I think.
I was literally just going to say I had a Jessie doll, and that was I definitely thought she was
I had one of those weird My Twin dolls. Did you have one of those?
I don't think I did.
Okay. I swear mine was possessed because it would just go off in the middle of the day or at night, and I was this doll hates me. I was so scared. I would put it in the garage, and my mom would bring it back in. I'm no, there's something wrong with that My Twin doll. So I really do think there was something going on while I was gone with that doll. Do I answer this too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that can be your answer if you don't have anything else.
Oh, no. I have actually really weird
you're
one.
oh, no, I got one.
So I also blame my dad for this because he told us this was a thing. But I grew up in Alabama. Yep. I didn't grow up in a neighborhood. So we're on 7 acres. And whenever he wanted us to get inside, he'd be when it was getting later at night, he'd be you have to get inside. The Wampus cat is going to be out. And I believed this Wampus cat thing until I was 14 years old. And I finally realized he was it wasn't a real thing. So I thought it was this big, scary, not mountain lion, some type of
some creature,
some type of creature that was out in our yard, and I would run out to the car and run back in at night because I was scared of the Wampus cat. And I did not know that my dad had been like lying to us about this until I was 14 years old. And it was like my adult brain shifted on. I was like,
the frontal lobe started to develop a little more. Thing. Oh my gosh.
But like was truly terrified to go outside at night, and he would like make sounds. I didn't know it was him. Like it was bad.
Was this just like a joke for him, or was he like, I don't want my kids going out?
No, it was just a joke. That's stuff my dad does. Yeah. Like he just tries to, I mean, he has made my mom believe like crazy things because he just like goes on with his bit for far too long. And so I believe that there was some like mythical scary creature outside.
That is so good. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, well, I'm excited to chat all things life updates. It's kind of crazy to watch back like your first episode, the things you were doing then versus now. But I kind of want to start with wedding stuff because I just like, where are you at in wedding planning? How's it going? Was it everything you hoped and dreamed, or is it a lot?
Okay, I don't know if I love this season of wedding planning. I am not the most organized. I would not say like I am a planner in general. And thank goodness I have like wonderful wedding planners that's their job and they do it. But it has been a little stressful. We have a lot going on. My book comes out 1 month before I get married. And then I guess I can say this now. I'm going to be out on the beach for Bachelor in Paradise in Costa Rica.
I'm going to be asking you about that
for
a little bit later.
So my schedule before the wedding is a little crazy.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of happened very quickly. So that has been hard for me, just trying to balance it all. But I am so excited. I'm so excited for it to be here. But I don't think I enjoy all the little details like I thought I would.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you like that part?
I liked some parts of it.
Yeah, some parts are fun.
I liked them. Well, I mean, we had a wedding planner and they were amazing. So like could not have done it without them. But yeah, it's definitely like there's fun stuff, but then there's also like logistics, and then it's like
and we're doing
cost
an
of things
international
and,
wedding.
Gosh.
And that is what's so hard.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be easier in some way.
Yeah.
But the logistics is really tough in trying to communicate with people.
Even just the time change.
The time change. It's hard to get responses back and to know exactly what's happening. So that's been a little challenging, but I know it's going to be beautiful once we're there. I have like full faith in that.
Yeah.
But the travel and all those things, it can be really hard navigating, corralling my group and being like, okay, what's going on? Does everybody have their plane tickets booked, hotels booked? But it's going to be really wonderful. Like truly last week is when I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like not that this is happening, but like it's all starting to like come together.
Yeah. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
What are you like most excited for? Is there like, it could be like a little detail or like, I mean, it could be wearing your dress. Like, is there just something that you're like, ooh, like this makes me excited? You're like everything, it to be over.
Really just like being there with, I know like this is so cliche to say, but like seeing all the people that love us and have been a part of our journey, whether that was growing up separately, in our childhood, but also the people who have like just seen our love story and have been there to support us and encourage us. Like that is what I'm so excited about, to have people around us that just like feel that love.
Yeah.
And I think I've talked about this a little bit, but like commitment has been really hard for me. And of course, marriage is like one of the biggest commitments you'll have in your life. And I have grown so much this past, like I would say 2 years, and to fully like be there and be like, have that covenant together. I think it feels like it's going to just be like that moment of like breath of like, we've done this and I'm just ready for that moment. Yeah. Like the anticipation, I think is hard, that engagement season. So I'm just ready for that moment of like, I do. Yeah. I think that'll be really special. Yeah.
I mean, it's so great that you like look at it that way. 'Cause I feel like so often people are just like, I'm not going to say quick to get married, but our divorce rates are so high. And like, I kind of feel like people not viewing marriage as like, as a forever thing. Cause like, obviously you can't get out, but like going into a marriage, that shouldn't be like what you're thinking about. Like it should be like, hey, we're actually going to do this forever. And this is how I'm viewing this. And we're going to work through whatever and all that stuff. So I think it's cool that you're looking at it like that.
Definitely done that. Yeah. I do. I think it's a really big deal. And like, that's why I said like anticipation season is almost hard for me, because you can start to be anxious about every little thing with wedding planning, with just, are we the most connected we have ever been in this moment because we're about to do this thing? And like, I would say we actually are, which is awesome. But yeah, I'm just so ready for that moment of like signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah.
It's us. So yeah, I'm ready for that.
Okay, Lemon Drops, I have some exciting news for you. Simply has launched a new prebiotic soda called Simply Pop, the new juicy soda. This new juicy soda comes in 5 flavors. They have pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and fruit punch. Simply Pop is the new fruit-forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune health. Something that I love about this new Simply Pop is there is no added sugar. So many of these drinks add sugar, but you're getting an amazing taste with no added sugar. I love a little 2-3 p.m., a little treat, just a little something for me. And Simply Pop has been that go-to for me. I would say my favorite flavor is either the lime. I am such a lime girl through and through. But also the fruit punch is pretty good. But I'm torn between those. Don't make me pick one because I can't pick. But you guys need to try Simply Pop out. It is so yummy. You can find Simply Pop in any of its 5 juicy flavors by visiting them online at cokeurl.com/simplypop. That's cokeurl.com/simplypop. You guys going to check out Simply Pop. It's going to be your new favorite. We talk a lot about self-care on The Squeeze, but one powerful aspect of self-care that deserves a little more attention is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the act of fully embracing both your strengths and weaknesses without judgment. When you embrace your strengths and your weaknesses, we feel more accepted by ourselves and also by others. One great way to feel accepted financially is with Discover. That's because Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. That percentage is based on the February 2025 Nielsen report, which means acceptance at 99% of businesses like yoga studios and juice bars. There's a good chance that you'll feel stronger with the improved flexibility of yoga and the boosted immune system of juice. And more strength certainly helps when it comes to embracing both your strengths and weaknesses. And thanks to Discover's cashback match, Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year. And there's no limit on how much they'll match. So get out there, be accepted, double up on the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, and maybe use it towards even more self-care. It pays to Discover. See terms at discover.com/creditcard. This episode is brought to you by Opill, the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Did you know that about a third of women face barriers to accessing prescription birth control? Whether it's a struggle of getting an appointment for a prescription, taking time off of work or school, lack of insurance, and not to mention carrying the mental load of it all, women have been facing these barriers head on. But now we can take a breath because with Opill, for the first time in U.S. history, no permission is required to access a daily birth control pill. Opill is a daily birth control pill that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free. It is 98% effective when used as directed, making it the most effective over-the-counter birth control available. You can find Opill at most major retailers or online. When I first heard about Opill, I cannot tell you guys how excited I was because of all of these struggles that women face. It can be so hard to get birth control, and now this is an FDA-approved over-the-counter birth control. I also love that it's estrogen-free. I recently switched to birth control that is estrogen-free, and I have been loving it for myself. Opill is birth control in your control, and you can use code SQUEEZE for 25% off your first month of Opill at opill.com. That's code SQUEEZE at OPILL.com. Check out Opill to see if it's right for you. So good. I want to ask you, are you and Adam living apart?
Yeah, we
Okay,
are.
wait, what prompted that? Because I thought I saw that online and I was like, wait, tell me about that.
So we had lived together for a while, and it really is like our faith that kind of changed things for us. When Adam and I first met, I was really like struggling. I was just struggling. I'd had so many cool opportunities, but really had been jaded by love and relationship, and kind of how I said, like, I was not looking for anything like committing my life to someone, and Adam just continued to pursue me. And he in faith was still kind of searching, and I had grown up Christian, but I was really just not so sure what I believed anymore. And we've really grown in that way together so much. Like, I have been healing my relationship with the Lord, and he has been discovering his relationship with the Lord. And it has been so cool to see that and to be able to be on that journey together. And we just decided for us at this time, like, we just wanted to pursue the Lord, and like, what does he have for us? And for us, that was the best decision, that we were like, you know what? We have a few more months before our wedding. We bought a house. And when we bought the house, we decided, like, hey, we only have a few more months before we get married. This could be a really good time for us to like have this moment where this is our married house together. So I've been living in the house, he's been living in an apartment, and it's been so great. It's actually like made probably like the marriage like so much more sweet and special. And we're like giddy and excited in a way that I don't know if we would have been if we didn't have like this time apart. We see each other every day. But it's just been really good for us. And look, we lived together for a long time too, but it was just the best decision for us at this time. And it's felt like such a gift. And it's felt so blessed for us, but it was really hard making that decision. Financially, it was something that we had to think about. Just what other people were going to think was really hard, but we've had so much support from the people who know us and love us. And it's been a really special season. I feel like that, even though it was difficult, has been so huge for us. And it's made us spend the time that we have together with true intention. And that's been really, really cool. Like, we have like a whole thing that we do every night before, whether we are together, like after dinner, or if we've had a busy day, we call each other. We go through our days, our highs and lows, what we appreciate about each other, reassuring the other person about maybe some belief that they're like working through. That's not true. And it's been so awesome. So I feel really blessed, and I feel like it's been great for us. And I think it's cool to talk about, because some people maybe think, oh, it's just the way that it's been, so you can't change. But you can always change your relationship. You can always grow, and it can look different for everyone. And it's honestly made us even closer in a way. But there's definitely times where we like long for each other and like miss each other. But we know that we're going to be together, so it's just going to make that all so much sweeter, I think.
I was just going to say, I feel like it feels like it's almost breathing new life into your relationship. Because, like, you know, I don't hear of a lot of people that live together and then live apart, and then when they get married, they live together again. But I definitely feel like, I feel like you have this outlook on it now, but I think you guys are going to look back on it and be like, how cool. Like, you guys really got to like settle into like who you are. And, you know, there's always like nerves and jitters before like wedding and stuff. And it's like, am I the person I want to be before this? And I feel like it's giving both of you the time to do that, and also just like really appreciate like your time together.
Truly, like it's been so cool. But I think the biggest thing is just the people that we were when we met, we are totally different. We've learned so much about each other, and we've changed, and we've allowed ourselves to change. And I'm so proud of that. And to change our beliefs, to change how we show up for each other, how we show up in the world. And sometimes that's not going to make sense to other people. But when you feel like in your spirit you're doing the right thing for you, it gives you that freedom. And I think we've both experienced that. And it's truly made us love and appreciate each other in a way that it's just easy when life, like you're just in the mundane of life to not. And now it's like, man, we really miss each other.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to be able to come together and really like live our life aligned in the values that we have and that we've set.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of this time has been about, like setting clear values and intention for who we want to be as individuals and who we are as a couple. So yeah, it's been awesome.
That's so special.
I highly recommend. It's kind of weird, but it's also been awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's so special. I'm so excited for you guys and what's to come.
You.
I feel it too. Like I feel like, I mean, not that your presence was bad or anything negative before, but I do feel like there is like a new kind of like lightness about you.
Yeah.
Like not like airiness, but like it's just like this like it's just is like lighter. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think I had a lot that I had to process. And it's been so cool. I think a lot of times you think, oh, you have to like heal on your own and like be a better person for yourself. But I really feel like you can heal in relationship, especially if you have like relational wounds. And Adam has really helped me with that so much. And just, I moved to Nashville we moved to Nashville together a few years ago. And I think just being closer to home has been so grounding for me as well. But I put in a lot of work in my own healing journey. And I'm starting to kind of finally see the fruits of the labor.
That's so
and
good.
Have a community and people that have been like supporting me and encouraging me. It's been really huge. So I feel lighter probably than the last time that I saw you and was sitting here too. So it's cool to hear people say that because I know I feel it, but you don't know if other people experience that too.
No, for sure. When did you get your brain scanned? Is that a somewhat recent thing or was that a while ago?
Well, I did the brain scan with Dr. Amen.
Okay.
A hot minute ago.
Yeah.
But I did do like, have you heard of like neurofeedback?
Yes.
Brain scans?
Yes.
Or brain mapping?
Okay.
I did that recently. I'm just always trying to find different ways to like heal some of the things that I've struggled with. I've struggled with depression. I've struggled with anxiety, and really like learning how to rewire my brain is something I'm really passionate about right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you struggle with this too, but like there can be little thoughts that I find myself looping over and over again.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to figure out any and all ways to be able to help me rewire and work through that. And so my therapist suggested for me to do like this neurofeedbacking coupled with EMDR therapy.
Okay.
So I've been doing that to kind of work on some old past traumas, but also just like you can see in my brain that like I was like on the cusp of burnout.
Yeah.
And like really like it was hard to see. It's like, oh wow, like I need some help. I need some support, and it's showing in my like brain wavelengths, I guess. So I've been doing that. I do all the things all the time. I'm always trying something new when it comes to my mental health. So that's been the most recent
most recent one. Yeah. Our friend does the neurofeedback.
Oh yeah.
There's a place out here, and he was like trying to explain it to me and Taylor. And I feel like I can like comprehend like weird things, like not weird things, but weird things like that. And Taylor's like, what do you mean you like go and sit in there and the TV turns on and off? And so like here, it's like our friend, he plays a video game and it's like him driving a car and he's all like hooked up.
I watch Gilmore Girls.
Oh my gosh.
Which I had never seen Gilmore Girls. And so like I am so thankful for brain mapping because it's led me to my favorite show of all time.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So yeah, they like hook up these little probe things onto these different parts of your brain. And the way that your brain is rewarded for changing the rewiring of like where it goes down is the TV or maybe the video game, whatever he's watching, it brightens up and then it'll go dark and light and dark and light. And so you're wanting it to stay bright. So your brain is like working really hard to keep the screen on.
Yeah.
So I've watched quite a bit of Gilmore Girls in the process, but yeah, it's kind of one of those like low lift things that if you can do it, I think it's helpful. And there's like a few different protocols that you can do, and like some I felt like immediate like results from it. Almost felt like oh, I could think clear. I didn't have as much brain fog. And then some like maybe like shook me up a little bit more and had to like, it was good because it was allowing like memories to be unlocked so that I could do this like EMDR therapy.
Yeah.
So that was kind of that, like some of the things are kind of hard because like there's a reason why you like shut down memories from the past. So, but I can push through anything in the, if the result is for healing and being a better version of myself. So I'm like, we're going to do all the things.
Yeah. How have you been liking EMDR? Because I did it and I liked it. Taylor tried it and he didn't like it.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I've only done like 2 sessions, but the therapist that I work with like does really long sessions. So a session for me could be like 5 hours. So it's like 5 weeks of therapy because you just works really intense, which is awesome.
I kind of like that.
No, it's great. I've learned so much and have been able to really like have so many breakthrough sessions lately. And I think that's where like my like peace is coming from, because it's not like I leave a session and feel like, oh, something's open, I need to go back and talk about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can like map this fully out.
You like have closure almost at the end of it.
Yes. And it's like, oh, that's not something that I have to continue to come back to, because like I know the reason why I do the things that I do, because I was able to like connect dot A to Z and all the way in between. So EMDR is really tough because there is a reason why we shove things down, because they're super painful. And what is interesting is the therapist that we work with is our couples therapist and does our individual. But what we've learned is like healing in relationship is so important. And so Adam has actually like sat in on my own EMDR sessions, but he's like in the back, because when you're having these big aha awareness things, it's draining first of all. And then to have to go back and tell your partner so that you can co-regulate like all the things that like, you've, of the session can be really, really tough. And so he was actually there the past couple that I've done. And it's been so connecting, because like, I don't know about for how your EMDR sessions have been, but I had to like list out like all the worst things that have happened to me that I can, like remember. And then there's like themes of them. And it's like, okay, we're going to target this one. And it might not be the worst thing that's happened. Yeah. But I haven't done my like biggest trauma yet. I'll say that. Yeah. And I know what that is. And like, I haven't done that. We haven't made it to that.
You're working
yet.
your way up to it. You know it,
so
though.
We did one that was like harder. Yeah. Like the one memory, I'll just like one memory, which is definitely tough. Like, don't get me wrong, was my aunt and my cousins were brutally murdered. And I was the same age as my cousin. And so was my brother. And it was just like, like that whole experience of like coming to terms with that was like pretty traumatic for me. But in some ways that was one of the easier ones. Bizarre, but maybe just because I'd processed it a little bit. Yeah. And we like targeted that memory, but then other things will kind of come up and you just like, it was just like I fully got this like almost like snap into place of like, oh, I have taken this message from this bad moment of my life and attached meaning to it. And because of that, like, I show up in these ways, or these things trigger me. And it was painful. It's hard to talk about things that were so hurtful, but to know that Adam was there and feel like I was under like really good care. Yeah. It was great, but I also hated it the entire time. I wish I had a video, and I do want to video it at some point. But the whole time, like, did you like listen to this? Did you have like headphones on for yours?
I did, but I did it virtually. She was on a computer, and I did the tapping. I did
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have headphones on, and I had the 2 tappers that like, that would like go left and right and like buzz. And in the whole thing, she's like asking me to like process something, and I'm just going, this isn't working. This isn't working. Like the whole time. And Adam is like, I was taking everything in me not to laugh, because you were getting so frustrated of like, this isn't working. I'm not, because I don't know. There's so many techniques for how to do it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I needed to have like some big aha thing. And it wasn't that. It was little pieces of things that she was able to like help me kind of see a clearer picture. Yeah. And I think I just like who I am, just like want it to be perfect and have some perfect solution. And and that wasn't the case, but I did find so much relief from it. But in the process, I hated it. Yeah. And I feel like I was doing it wrong. Yeah. How was your process with it?
I feel like that's definitely a vibe from people that I've talked to that have done it. I did it specifically for like my PTSD from working through COVID. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I was able to like really dive back into it, because like I know I'm not gonna be working in the hospital again. Like I know I'm removed from it. Yeah. So I feel like it was almost, oh my gosh, Lily. I wish the camera could see Lily is literally rolling around on her back on the floor. She's a happy girl. She likes our conversation. But it was a situation I know I'm never going to be in. Yeah. So I feel like it was easier for me to like put myself back there. And then when I'm done with the session, I know I'm not like there. Yeah. And I feel like in a weird way, that's almost like with your family members being murdered. Like I feel like
easier.
It's in some weird way.
Because like that's not, it
was something that happened.
Yes. Event that.
Obviously, death is horrible, and it's very
apart.
We're not saying that, but
it was horrible, and it definitely like caused a lot of hurt in my family, and there's still residual effects from that tragedy. Yeah, but it was like an isolated, where these beliefs that we get like over and over again. Yeah. Those are kind of like harder. Yeah, and there's like a moment you can pinpoint it, but those are harder to like dive into. Yeah.
No, for sure. I love that like length of session. That's really cool. That would be Taylor's worst nightmare. He would want to crawl in a hole and die.
I don't know. I think it depends on, who's doing it. Yeah. And I just feel really thankful for our therapist and how we like found her. And just like, she always does these things at the end of the session, like where she just wants to tell us how what she appreciates about like what we did in our session today, and like reassure, and like to know that somebody like deeply cares about you and your healing. Like obviously we know like there's like a family or friends, but like somebody who like probably knows you. Our therapists sometimes know us more than like our closest friends and family. We say the things that we're scared to say in front of other people, and to feel like somebody like really cares about you and doesn't think you're too much and is so proud of you. Like that feels really good, because sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to be like fully healed? Like, am I always going to struggle with anxiety or, depression? And to know that somebody is like there and is like on the journey with me and is going to like help feels so, so good. And that I'm not too much. That's like always the reassurance that she has to tell me, that I'm not too much and that I'm not a burden. Yeah. Like, it feels so good that I'm like, gosh, how can you spend this much time with me? She's like, because I care about you. And like, we do have these huge, you're like on a roll right now. I do feel like I'm like on a roll when it comes to my healing. Yeah. I'm like having these like breakthroughs and realizations like every session. And that feels
so good.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. Lemon Drops, you know how much I love smells. I always love lighting a candle. I love perfume. I just feel like having a scent or a smell is something that is truly unforgettable. Like we even had our own candle at our wedding because we wanted to have a smell that would take us right back to that moment. It was truly something unforgettable. And like the icons that we love, you want to have an unforgettable signature, and nothing sticks out in our memory like a show-stopping scent. Complete your shower routine with amazing smelling, richly lathering body wash from Harry's. This Harry's body wash, you guys, the scent is truly just so good. They have a lot of different scents, but some of my favorites are spring with notes of lemon and basil. There's fig with notes of cedar and orange, and redwood with notes of evergreen and thyme. The formula was created by experts with years of experience at luxury brands, and it's non-stripping, which leaves your skin feeling soft and conditioned. Honestly, the best part about all of this is it feels like you're buying an expensive luxury brand, but it only cost $8. Harry's also offers deodorant, antiperspirants, 2-in-1 shampoo, and conditioner so you can uncover your signature scent at every step of your routine. So be your own icon. Shower with Harry's. Try Harry's body wash today for just $8 at harrys.com/squeeze. That's HARRYS.com/squeeze for a sniff of this incredible body wash. HARRYS.com/squeeze. If you have a dog at home, you are going to want to listen up because if your dog could talk, they would be begging you for Ollie. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 delicious flavors even the pickiest of eaters will love. It's made in U.S. kitchens with highest quality human-grade ingredients. Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food. And here's the thing, the healthier the food means the happier the pup. More energy, shinier coats, better poops, and more excitement at mealtime. When I tell you Remy and Lily are obsessed with Ollie, I'm actually not exaggerating at all. It is the cutest thing how excited they get for mealtime every single meal. And what's cool is Lily has always been a picky eater. I have always had to coerce her to try to eat her food because she's just such a picky eater. And with Ollie, I have not had to do that a single time. She is so excited to eat. Signing up for Ollie is super simple. All you have to do is fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz and they'll create a customized meal plan based on your pup's weight, activity level, and other health information. Let's face it, dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/squeeze, tell them all about your dog, and use code SQUEEZE to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/squeeze and enter code SQUEEZE to get 60% off your first box. Whether you work from home and never know what to put on, or you're just not in love with anything when you open up your closet, it's time to find clothes that work with your life right now. Whatever phase you're in, Splendid has cozy, stylish, timeless pieces you'll actually be excited to wear. Splendid has the world's softest closet staples to elevate your wardrobe and help you feel comfortable and confident in every outfit. Think buttery soft tees, pull-on pants that fit just right, easy sets, sweaters for every season, and so much more. Their pieces are next level soft and actually hold up in the wash. I am one, as you guys know, you see me each week on this podcast, you know I love being comfortable, but just because we're comfortable doesn't mean that we have to sacrifice looking good, and that's where Splendid comes in because their clothes, let me tell you, are so comfortable. Their t-shirts are my absolute favorite t-shirts ever. They are just this like buttery, yummy, I honestly don't know how else to describe it than yummy. Their clothes are amazing and they're also cute. So I can be comfortable in what I'm wearing, but also look cute. With Splendid, the basics aren't boring. They're your closet's secret weapon. These are the staples that simplify your morning and elevate everything after that. And right now, Splendid is offering our listeners 20% off when you go to splendid.com and use promo code Taylor at checkout or when you shop at Splendid in stores. Go to splendid.com and use code Taylor to get 20% off online or in store. That's splendid.com, promo code Taylor. I love that you guys have the same, Taylor and I have the same therapist that we've seen like together and separate.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like it's one of the best things because we see a male and he just understands us both so well. And so like a few weeks ago, I was in there with him and I was like, I had said something and I was like, yeah, and Taylor does this and it's something silly that annoys me. And he was like, oh, well, he's just processing. And he like said it so nonchalantly and like continued on his sentence. And I was like, oh my gosh, here I am. Like when Taylor gets upset, he'll kind of like just repeat himself. I'm like, babe, you already said it. You don't need to say it again. Like that's just like me like getting annoyed with him. And when our therapist was like, oh, that's him like just processing it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm horrible. Yeah. I've literally been getting annoyed at him just for trying to process things our entire relationship. Like, but it was just so funny. Like if my therapist didn't know him, like they wouldn't know. I mean, I'm sure they would know that that's some form of processing, but.
Well, I think there's like some statistic or something out there. Like if you go to therapy, especially if you go like individual therapy and like, especially if it's something about your relationship or there's a betrayal or something and like you go individually, like there's not much repair that's happening. It actually can cause people to split and to not have a resolve when only one person's going or you're seeing two individual people that are not hearing the other side of the story or not hearing the heart of the other person to be able to say, oh, he's doing that because he's processing because of X, Y, and Z. Like, not that that's something that would like be that, but like, I think it's so cool to have somebody who, like, this is why I'm like such a proponent of like couples therapy, to have somebody that is both of your cheerleader and your cheerleader to be together. Yeah. That is wanting the best for both of you, for you both to be the best versions of yourself for the other person and for yourself. And so that, you know, there might be this thing that Adam does that's really challenging for me, or we grew up in like very different like households of how like my family is pretty volatile, but definitely would let you know how they feel. And his family like kind of didn't talk about any emotions. And so he just sometimes feels the need to be like super efficient about what he says, but actually doesn't like tell me how he feels. And that can be really hard, which makes me want to be like volatile and loud. And like, I don't want to be that too. And if we were going to two separate therapists, like you could paint that in a picture of like, oh, he's never going to change, or, oh, that's weird that he does this or that she does this. But to have somebody be able to like hear the full picture of his background, has his own individual struggles, my background, my own individual struggles, and being able to like teach us how to be there for each other, how to regulate with each other when one of or the other is triggered. Like, it has been so cool to have somebody invested in both of our lives and in our relationship. I think it's the best. I'm such a big fan of it. We did couples therapy before we got married, but with our friend who married us, with him and his wife. And it was honestly like, I mean, technically, I guess you could call it couples therapy. It wasn't like with a therapist, but like we did like sessions with them, and you know, they do it for a lot of people, but it was cool just to like even have that time. It's like a safe space with like our friends where we were like, hey, we actually like, we already know we're struggling with this in our relationship. How could we work towards, you know, healing it or fixing this so that it doesn't become a problem in our marriage? And I actually love that y'all did that with friends, because community is I'm finding so important. I feel like whenever I'm not doing well, I isolate pretty intensely, and learning to like lean into your people and to say, hey, I'm struggling with this, or hey, like this is a really big commitment and we have these few things that are our areas that we can improve. Can you hold us accountable? Do you have any advice for us? Like, learning to do that has been huge. And I think that's awesome. I think sometimes people think that you got to conquer it on your own, or if you're in a relationship, it's like you need to work it out between you two, and other people don't need to have any part in your business and your relationship. And I just do not agree with that. I think that you definitely have to protect your relationship and your partner.
Yeah.
But you have to bring people into your relationship that are going to speak life into your relationship, who want you guys to win and are there for both of you, not just like your girlfriend or his guy friends, but like are speaking life into your relationship. So I love that. And that has been like a big key importance to our relationship, and why I'm so excited to like have those people at our wedding that are like coming together, supporting us. I think it's huge.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that we've really like been able to integrate, is like having couple friends has been so cool. And obviously that's something that comes like as you get older. But it's been really cool. I feel like that we're in this season of it. And, you know, my friends, if I'm doing something dumb, like I want them to be like, slow down, like you're being a little crazy, or like vice versa. Like I need to be able to be like, hey, calm down, like cool it.
Yeah.
And like, or whatever it is. Like, I'm a very blunt, sarcastic person. So that's like that's like intimacy for me in friendships.
Yeah.
Like that's how I am. And if someone can tell me I'm being crazy, I'm like, I love you. Thank you for that. Like that is like the best thing. So like finding those people that like I know like genuinely love me and want the best for me.
And are going to call you out when you're acting crazy.
Yeah. It's just like, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's truly the
I
best.
agree.
Do you like that, honey? What do you want? Do you want to come up here? Lily's pacing around. If you heard her little nails clicking around. Okay, I am excited to talk about your Miss Little author over here, because last time you were here, I think you had like recently, you'd only had your first book.
My first book, yeah.
Yeah. And so much
When
through.
did I come here? Was it after Special Forces? Or?
Yes, right after.
Okay.
And you had talked so much during the interview about how much you loved reading fiction books, and like actually so much you were like, it's my favorite form of self-care, all of this stuff. And I'm like, wait, this is hysterical, because now you're literally writing fiction books. Where did this idea come from? Like clearly you loved reading, but were you ever like, I could do this, or what sparked that?
I say writing these romance novels has been like my first actual dream come true, because a lot of the other things that I've done have been like bizarre, or like I could have never like imagined. But yeah, I've always loved reading, always loved writing. And so I can vividly remember sitting on my mom's kitchen counter and telling her like, I know this is crazy, but like, I just really want to write a book one day. And I wasn't thinking a book about my life, because like, I wouldn't have thought anybody would have cared. But my original idea for a book, which who knows, maybe one day, but it's not really in the romance genre, was kind of based off my grandmother's life. And that's like what I had thought of when I was telling my mom this on my kitchen counter.
Yeah.
But, you know, my life changed a lot more than I ever thought it would between that time and now. And,
yeah, for sure.
You know, I got to experience living out my romantic life for millions of people to see, and like people being so invested in my love story and so invested in my personal love story now.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be really cool to be able to give them other love stories to root for. And so I got to kind of pair my past of being in bachelorette world and my love for writing, and it came together and made sense to write a romance novel. And now this is my second one, The 4 Engagement Rings of Sybil Rain, that's coming out this year. And it's been so awesome. The original idea actually, again, didn't start off as like this like romance. I wanted to write from what I know, and the only thing I know is feelings and experiences that I've had, but like I didn't want to write just about my life. So I thought of like this experience between 4 best friends, the core 4, and each of the women is kind of like a part of me, but just like exasperated and like exaggerated in some way. And so that was the original like idea pitch. And then for them to have their own love stories. But I truly believe, as we've kind of talked about, like the people in your life, the friends in your life are like one of the greatest love stories that you'll ever get to experience. And so it was really the first idea was like, how did these women help each other navigate life and love and loss and all the things. And then my first book followed Emma on her love story, and now Sybil was a part of that book, because it was obviously like the group of girls was like the main first original idea, and then people wanted to know more about Sybil and her life and what was happening, what would happen, because the first book, Mistakes We Never Made, was centered around Sybil's wedding weekend.
Okay.
But Sybil becomes a runaway bride, and there was a lot of like unanswered questions. And so this book, The 4 Engagement Rings of Sybil Rain, this book kind of answers all those questions that readers were like, where the heck did she go? Or what's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Do they get married? And so it was really fun. I feel like this book was for the readers who supported me in my first experience doing this little passion project. And so it's been amazing. I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to tell Sybil's story, and that people have been just so supportive, because this is my first real dream come true. And it's been really fun.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Was that like scary? Like putting out, like in a way, I almost feel like it would be a little more scary to like write something than like to write about your own life, like to write. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You're like, no, ask, like, what's harder?
Yeah.
I think what was hard about my first book that was about my life is like just the honesty of it. And at that time, hadn't really done a lot of, I got started therapy and was kind of trying to unravel as I wrote, which was super cathartic.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. But just like knowing, like, I remember being so anxious before that first book came out, like, but just so ready for it to be out and to be done and people could say whatever they wanted to. Where this, I don't have the plot points like I do for my own life. I'm having to like create, and that felt pretty challenging. And I've never written a book before. I mean, I've written in my journal, like I've written a journal, like that was easier, but this definitely was an undertaking. But I had an amazing team. I have a co-author, Emily Larrabee, who's been doing this for forever. So like they really helped and encouraged me that like I have good ideas. Here's how to organize things. Because like I said, organization, planning, not my strong suit, and making sure that like everything weaves together in like a really beautiful way. And the story that I really have is told in the best way possible. So that is what has been like such a blessing for me to make it not as scary as I guess it could be, is that I have people that are supporting me and encouraging me and helping me in the areas that I do struggle, and having an amazing editor and publisher like that. Those people coming up alongside me, like, you got this, and here's how we can help. Yeah. Has been really the only way that this book has gotten into the hands of people, and this second book's getting into the hands of people, and not like 12 years in the future. Yeah. Just having people push me and encourage me every step of the way.
Awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be so fun. Okay. I have a little rapid fire segment, but before that, I literally was just told this morning that you're going to Paradise.
Yeah.
Tell me everything about this.
I'm honestly just as shocked as you are. This has happened in the past like a few weeks, and just trying to like process what is happening. But I am going to be a part of Bachelor in Paradise. Obviously not as one of the suitors. Like I am going as, I guess, like an advisor, but also like popping some bottles of champagne. And I'm really excited about it. First, when I got the call, I was like, wait, what? Like I haven't been in that season of life in a long time. Yeah. But then I had this moment of like, oh, wow, what a redemptive experience this, I believe, will be. Yeah. Because I have learned so much from the time that I was looking for love and in the spotlight while doing so. from then till now, a lot has happened, and there's so much wisdom that I've learned and things that I wish somebody would have told me during that time. And I really do believe, I think it's a hard way to start a relationship, but I do believe if I would have had the skills and the tools that I had now, and believe the things that I do now, I do think there's a chance and a beautiful opportunity to find love.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what I didn't know. And that I could be a part of like having fun, but also like one of the most fun, beautiful experiences that you can have in life is falling in love.
Yeah.
And to be able to help people do that, like that seems amazing. So then like when I started thinking of it in that way, I'm like, this is going to be so cool, so fun. Like Bachelor in Paradise is always like fun and sexy and like it has all the like drama it's just going to.
Yeah.
But my hope is that I can really like help foster that opportunity for love for people. And I'm really excited about it.
Oh my gosh, you're literally the perfect person for it because I feel like you're the perfect amount of like fun, but also you give great advice.
I'm still going to like call somebody out. I was talking to my fiance, Adam, and I was like, do you feel like I just like say whatever? He's like, Hannah, like you can't, like you try to hold back, but then you eventually just say what you're thinking. And he was like, that's great though. Like that can make it entertaining. But I have a little bit of wisdom now to where I can hopefully, actually encourage and help people too. Yeah, instead of just saying you're crazy. But sometimes somebody has to say it. Yeah. Like you said.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
help the person. It has to be said sometimes. So
yeah.
I'm so excited. I love Paradise. So I think you're the perfect addition to that.
Thanks.
Love it.
Thanks.
Okay, let's do our last little segment. So it was Lemon 11 when you were here. Now it's Lemon 7.
Okay.
We did the Today Show. I think it's the Today Show. And Gail King was like, it's too many questions. You have to make it shorter. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Like, aye. So now it's 7.
I would definitely take advice from Gail.
Yeah.
So
I would literally do anything she told me to do. But okay, so these are our 7. Some of them are the same. So I'll tell you after what your answer was. 2-ish years ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? What movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
Oh my God. This is so hard.
It could be a TV. It could be like any title of something.
Okay. Wait, it was TV or song?
Yeah. Movie or song title or
movie or song title. Okay.
I'll open it up to TV.
Oh my gosh.
I suddenly don't know any movies or any songs.
It's all blank.
I'll come back.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you what you said because I almost feel like you could say it again. Maybe not. Okay. Number 2 is how open are you with people in your life when you're struggling?
We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
But I would say I've always, like I said, I can't really hide anything, but I just like isolate. So they just can't know. But I've gotten a lot better about saying I need help and exactly how I'm feeling. Is it have to do like a scale? Like 1? No. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Just getting that. I'm healing.
Yeah. No, yeah. You didn't want to answer that question and you were like, I'm not as open as I should be. And you talked about isolating yourself. Okay. So there's improvement there.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Okay. This question is a new one. If you could follow only 3 social media accounts across like any platform, what would they be?
Oh, wow. Okay. Probably like Heather McMahon, because I think that she's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
And just a good human, and she makes me laugh. My therapist, because she makes me better and reminds me of the things that I need to be doing and the ways I need to be thinking. I would probably follow Dr. Amen because he also reminds me to take better care of my brain.
That's good.
And he's just been like such a huge part of me, like really starting my healing journey, and always has good tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I like those. Okay. Number 4 is favorite form of self-care.
Ooh, favorite form of self-care. I love going on walks in my neighborhood. I live in like a very walkable area in Nashville, and it has like a lot of like older homes, and it's now spring, summer, and
Yeah.
like just all the different
It's so
flowers. Like
pretty.
it just helps me. We live close to a park too.
Yeah.
So that is just like one of the best things that I can do for myself. And then honestly, watching Gilmore Girls,
Yeah.
it's just like my favorite way to unwind. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to the end.
Oh, I'm
It's the
scared. I'm
best.
scared for you. I'm scared for you. I'm scared for it to end. Number 5 is, what do you think is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Okay, so one of my best friends says this. Sometimes I don't want to say that I come off cold. She's like, you're not cold, but you only let like a few people like really in.
Yeah.
Or I have to be like in a certain like feeling safe. And I'm going to ask you everything about your life. And I'm going to really want to connect. But I have to feel like in the best, like
Yeah.
safe space. And, so yeah, maybe that like, I think maybe people think that I'm probably like always either like this super high energy, high personality, and not high person. I feel like I have a good personality, but like just like high
Yeah.
energy. But I only can really go. I only know how to like go really deep. I don't know how long to carry on like
Yeah. Surface level
conversation. I can do it for a little bit, but my energy just gets depleted. So maybe that I'm not like always the most social
Yeah.
person,
Mm-hmm.
but if you catch me on a good day,
Yeah.
I'm
If
like
you
the
wanna
last
get
one at
deep,
the
then-
party.
yeah.
I'm the last one at the party. Like when
Yeah.
I go out and like it is set intentionally, I will be the last one there.
Yeah.
And when I feel like super safe and like having really good conversation, I love it. But for the most part, I'm pretty much a homebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years ago, you said that I'm aloof and carefree, but you're actually
Okay.
very self-aware, and you'd rather be called out on things than not.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
I sometimes, there's like accountability and compassion for yourself. And I can take all the accountability in the world. I'm like, you could call me out about whatever, because I probably already know it. And I'm like, you're right. Sometimes it's been hard to like be gentle with myself and be like, oh, you're like this because of this. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Call me out. And I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6 is, who's had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Oh, wow. Honestly, my fiance, Adam, he has like helped stretch me in ways that I needed to be stretched, and think differently and see myself in different ways, and also just like grown and changed alongside me. And that has been so healing. And I'm very thankful for him and how he's like impacted my mental health for the best. So, yeah.
He was your answer last time too.
Oh,
Okay. Last one is, if you can go back to one moment in your life, what moment would that be? And what would you say to yourself?
oh my gosh.
Honestly, I feel like you've kind of conquered this one. You told a story about how when you were in first grade, you were painting an Easter egg and it turned brown, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
were made fun of and scared to like be creative
Yeah.
and fail. And I feel like you writing these romance novels is
Mhm.
really like firing up the creativeness in you.
I love that.
I almost feel like that's conquered. Wow.
I know. I love that. I mean, if I think of another, like, do I need to say another one?
No, I mean, I
I
that's
feel
good.
like that's so true. I still find myself struggling in different areas of my life with that creativity, but writing these books has been so healing and such a fun outlet. And my hope is that I'll be able to continue sharing these stories, whether that's through more books, or if they get picked up and be able to be translated in different mediums and media, that would be really cool. So yeah, yay, Han.
I love that. Go you. Well, this is fun. Thanks for coming back and hanging. I love getting to chat with you. And I think you said it, the word that I was trying to find, like the lightness, I really feel like it's like a peace. Like I feel like there's like a peace and grounded, and not that was something that wasn't showing before, but I really it feels like you're just like at peace with like where you are, who you are. And I'm excited
I think I'm
for you.
realizing like I don't have to have like all the answers for things.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be things I need to work on, but the little experiences that I've had and the little advice that I can give, like I can share that, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Like I have gone through the things that I've gone through to be able to share the little nuggets that I can give to somebody else, but I don't have to have any more or any less than that.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks for coming, Megan. This is so fun.
Thanks.
We'll have to do it again in another 2.5 years.
Yes.
And then see where your answers. That's going to be our cadence.
Yes, I love it.